Hey guys, it's Leah, and welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Controversies. So I'm super excited to get into this one. This concept I was originally going to put into an episode of Fandom Friday, but I felt like it would be better talked about in an episode of Star Wars Controversies, so let's just dig right in. So a few days ago it was released that George Lucas's original concept for episodes 7, 8, and 9, before he sold it to Disney, that was kind of leaked and the internet freaked out, me included. So his original concept had to do along the lines of the microbiotic world. In essence, this world is something that controls the Force, and it's something that we've already been introduced to, whether you guys know it or not. This was actually in the original story plan for A New Hope, and Lucas decided that he was going to scrap it, and he actually edited it out later on before, obviously, before it had the finishing stages to it. But yeah, this was something that he actually wanted to do for episodes 7, 8, and 9, way different from what we've actually gotten, and a lot of people have mixed feelings about it. Some people are like, thank you Disney for saving us from even worse, like if we thought The Last Jedi was worse, well this would have been terrible type thing. And then other people are like, well, I actually wanted to see that. That would have been really awesome sci-fi flick that would have kind of delved into the midichlorians a little more and delved into like the microbiotic world and how the Force works and things that we've already known about from these past 40 years of films. I have mixed feelings about it. Like, part of me is like, you go George Lucas, like, he's the one, after all, that's behind all of this stuff that we've grown up loving, and part of me feels bad because he kind of, in the statement about it, was kind of like, well, everyone would have hated it just like the prequel, so I'm glad that it didn't happen anyway, because there would have been so much hate about it, and that's terrible. This man, like, especially when you're looking at the prequels, this guy had this idea, like, he loved, where he was going with it, and he had this whole vision, set aside in his brain for where it was going to go, and everyone just completely trashed it and made it not fun. In my opinion, it's okay to not like a film or to not like a set of films or be like, this is terrible as opposed to the originals. But you don't need to, there's plenty of people that love the prequels, and there's plenty of people that would have loved to see this whole microbiotic world, and, the other part of me that doesn't like this is kind of like, oh, like, I really don't want to sit through that type thing, like, kind of smile and wave, like, Yeah, so part of me, because let's be honest, Phantom Menace, like, I wince if I have to sit through that, like, more than once a year type thing. It's something that might have been really cringy and that I might have personally not liked for the Star Wars franchise, but that doesn't mean that it's not an idea that he likes and that he's really into. And let's be honest, it's all about creative energy and artistry and vision. So it's kind of like a catch-22. On one hand, I'm just like, you go with your ideas, it's a shame. Like, nobody should ever tell you what you can and can't create, and he's trapped in this eternal cage of, like, the original trilogy type thing. And then the other part of me is like, oh, no, like, okay, it's kind of, because I enjoyed The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens was okay, but I don't know. I'm not really happy where Disney's taking the franchise, but at the same time, it's just, you can't win, can you? I just kind of went on this long tangent, but that's it for Star Wars Controversies. Leave comments down below. Did you guys want to see George Lucas' world, for episodes 7, 8, and 9 versus what we had by Disney? We still haven't seen episode 9 yet, but, we can kind of guess where that's heading. But yeah, that's it for today's episode, guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Bye, guys. See you next time.